Previously on The Devil on G-String.
What a hilarious story. An old friend holding an unrequited love for an outrageous amount of time. And then, a 10-year reunion. Your love could never have been answered, Usami. For you to seek normal happiness like that is impertinent. Now, Father doesn't have much time left. There's one man I must kill before executing my final plan. I take my cell phone in hand to call him. I throw my personal feelings to the wind as I listen to the ringing of the line. Be thankful I let you live for so long.
時田の娘についてはひとまず置く。魔王の情報などもはや必要ない。
Gonzo's interests seem to be somewhere else.
と言いますと、
お前も知っての通り、京介こそが魔王だ。
Haru doubted her ears.
京介は精神科医にかかっている。話を聞いたところ、奴はどうやら心因性健忘症という病にかかっているようだ。
それはどういう？
脳の組織に異常が生じ、突然過去の記憶がなくなったり、部分的に空白になる非常に珍しい疾患だ。
そんな、それは何が原因で？
ストレスの積み重ねだ。そしてストレスがあっても外に出せず、感情を押し殺すようなタイプに起こりうるという。
What?
魔王よ、聞け！
How is he still standing?
悪とは未だ人のうちに残っている動物的な性質にこそ起源がある。
His knees didn't even falter, and his face is filled with violent excitement. His bloodshot eyes seemed capable of leaping from their sockets at any second.
復讐に救いを求め、救いに悪をなさんとする貴様は、遠からず己が悪行の脆さを知るだろう。
It was like the standing death of Benkei. My body shrank back at the final roar of a beast on the verge of death.
笑おう！盛大に！
There's a tunnel entrance a little over 200 yards west of the drainage channel. The fence is usually locked, but I'll open it as a service to you.
それはありがとう。
And don't worry about the water. The channel is empty at the moment. Inside the tunnel is warmer than outside.
いいだろう。
What's she acting so cool about? This'll be the final battle. Your final battle, that is. I'll choke you to death, just as my father did to yours.
さよなら、もう帰る。
She ran away. Her conscience ate at her. As she ran off, the boy shouted his name. I'm Kyousuke. We'll see each other again, right, hero? The girl didn't answer. Her legs just stopped moving. In a way, though, that was her answer. Kyousuke-kun. She said his name over and over in her mind. The snow covering Tomabetsu City had piled high. In stark contrast, the snow covering the girl's heart was primed, prepared to be thawed. Just a few days ago, I had plenty of friends. My family was happy, and the sky from the Sano Corporation rooftop spread far around me. Now my father's in a cell. My mother seems about to faint. My brother was so thoroughly eliminated from this world that there's nothing left of him to mourn. And to add insult to injury, the media and my family circle like vultures, willing to watch us suffer for a buck. Why do I have to go through this hell? Why must I struggle on this spider's web? Why do I have to be afraid of people's stares and whispers? There was someone looking down on me as I held my knees in the corner of the room.
京介くん、おっかさんにお願いしてもらえんべか?
His fake smile was so unlike my father's, I found it hard to believe they were brothers.
おっかさんに実家に帰ってもらえんかの?
He was telling us to hand over the house in a roundabout way. Tears rolled from her eyes. It was almost like she was trying to tickle my conscience. Usami. A tinge of headache came on. The strength in my grip weakens ever so slightly. The softness in me I thought I killed reared its head. A father is a father, and a daughter is a daughter. What sin has Usami Haru committed? Shut up, Usami. But she didn't stop calling for Kyousuke. No matter how much you cry or wail, Kyousuke isn't coming! I froze my heart. That's right. I'm Mau. A man who sought salvation and revenge and threw away everything else in its name. I'm different from that good-for-nothing Azai Kyousuke. I've already contacted Sonoyama Group. You're nowhere left to run.
なかなか手際がいいな。養父を殺されて家でメソメソ泣いているかと思っていたぞ。
I'm not the boy I used to be. After seeing me, Usami slowly closed her eyes.
兄として弟の成長を嬉しく思うぞ。
I'm happy to see you too, Nisan. I thought you'd been blown to bits.
当時のロンドン市警の評判を聞いたことがあるか？事故現場にパスポートを残しておけばあっさりと死んだことにしてくれたよ。
Why would you fake your own death?
私はお前と違ってやることがあるのでな。死んだことにした方が日本警察の目もごまかしやすいし、何より。
More importantly, you wanted to frame me by doing everything under the Azai name. Is that it?
正確には浅井と名乗っていたのだがな。まあ、それでもゴンゾーを含め大勢の人間がお前を魔王だと勘違いしてくれた。
I hate this plot twist so much right now.
京介、この場は引いてやる。
Mau smiled in condescension and let go of Usami. He must have concluded that taking Usami hostage would have no effect on the Sonoyama group, whose single goal was to avenge their boss.
だが、次に会う時は死を覚悟しておけ。
A frightening resentment was in his eyes.
家族と人間のクズはいくらでも両立する。仇の娘に惚れた男など、もはや弟でも何でもない。
Remember this. Mau ran into the darkness. I couldn't run after him. He might have laid traps around, but more importantly, I couldn't just leave Usami there unconscious.
And so it continues.
Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play The Devil on G-String. So, last episode's events, especially the big twist, are still pretty fresh in my mind, as is the feelings that they've inspired in me. But rather than dwell on those, I think it'd be better for me to just focus on what's in front of me right now, and just deal with the crisis at hand, so to speak. That being, well, Big Brother is out for our blood now, officially. And we gotta do what we gotta do to make sure that our heads don't end up on pikes later on. Anyway, we're now back in our humble abode, and I'm hoping that none of Daddy Dearest's goons are still coming after us. Let's see how Usami's doing. After that ordeal, I carried Usami on my back, left the underground channel, and took her back to my place. Groans came from the bed. Are you finally awake? She suddenly kicked the covers off of her.
ここは天国ですか?
When did you change into your tracksuit? It's my apartment, dumbass.
なぜに私はこんなダサい服を着てるんですか?
It's your jogging suit. I went to the trouble of going to your house and getting it for you.
どうして私の家を?
I asked Okita and Shiratori. They let me borrow your key. Usami's place is close to this apartment. Well, isn't that just a funny coincidence? It seems she was renting the second floor of some company warehouse.
私の部屋に無断で入ったと?
Yes, apparently. Yeah, but don't worry. Tokiya and Shiratori were there too.
可愛いものがたくさんあって燃えたでしょ.
Is it full of penguin paraphernalia? No. It was jam-packed with disgusting plushies. There were a bunch of penguins with mohawks lined up. Yep, called it!
ユキとミズハはどこに?
They both went home. Tomorrow. Wait a minute. Aren't you generally pretty stripped for cash? How can you afford all those plushies? Whatever. I'll think about it later. Tomorrow. Well, I guess today. They'll be going to school as normal again. Usami's face clouded over.
しかし、ユキは...
Yeah, but she wants to apologize to Miss Noriko before she turns herself in. Tokiya seemed determined to do so.
でも、一人残されるミズハはどうなります?
I don't know. She said she'll be around later, so you can ask her yourself.
でも、こんな格好を人に見せたくないです。
What about me? What happened to wanting to show off your outfit? And here I was worrying about her. Your uniform is at the cleaners, so just deal with it until tomorrow.
ひとまず、お礼を言っておきます。
Wait, you don't have a washer or dryer up in this place? She bowed her head.
ありがとうございました。
Don't worry about it.
ありがとうございました。
Why do you have to say it so many times?
浅井さんが来てくれなかったら、私は今頃極楽に旅立っていました。
Consider it alone.
それでは。
She walks towards the door. Hey, wait. Where are you going?
特に当てはありませんが、ここにいてはいけないような気がしますので。
You sure that's a good idea right now? Why not?
なぜって。
She looks down and bites her lip.
私はあなたのそばにいてはいけないのです。
Because of our parents? I prompt her, and Usami quickly nods.
恨まれても仕方がありませんから。
Yeah. You had a lot of nerve showing up, knowing I'm the son of Somejima Toshikatsu.
すみません。ひょっとして気づいていないんじゃないかと思って、ラッキーとか思ってました。
I remembered the name, but I tried not to think about it. I think you may have... Well, I'm trying to remember if at any point when Usami showed up here in the story, you talked to yourself about any feeling of familiarity with either her name or herself. And I am struggling to remember. Maybe the fact I'm struggling to remember is an indication, probably not, but I don't know. I'll have to look back on that at some point, I guess, just to confirm. And thanks to that, my old promise left me as well. Now it's too long. Your hair. You didn't specify the length, dummy. That's your fault. Usami stopped breathing. You used to be so short that I thought you were a boy.
覚えていたんですね。
Yeah. The marriage promise, too. How ridiculous.
ですよね。
Yeah. We stare at each other. There was a conflict inside me. My admiration toward the hero of my memories was at war with my feelings toward the current Usami. The girl saved me, but Usami Haru is the daughter of my enemy. Anyway, just stay here for now.
いいんですか?
Giddy excitement hid in her voice. For some reason, my heart was beating quickly as well. Hey, Usami.
あ、はい。
Take a shower.
え
What's you getting all tense? You were running all around that underground tunnel, weren't you?
あ、そうっすね。頭くせっすね、自分。
Well, if it's any consolation, Devilman probably stinks a little bit too right now. Serves him right. She disappears into the changing room. I was getting strangely tense at the sound of Usami stripping behind the door. My woman. Please, listen to those feelings. Give me some great entertainment. I want to mock the hell out of you. So bad. It's winter, so there's still a while until the sun comes out. After a somewhat agonizing 30 minutes, Usami came out of the bathroom. It looks like she dried her hair.
コーヒー牛乳飲みたいんすけど。風呂上がりですし、グイッと。
You heard the lady. You might as well go prepare some. Shut up. She's always acting screwy. And yet your heart is going thump, ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump for the screwy lady. What does that say about you? You've really changed.
はあ。どの辺が?
Before, you had a lot more... Oh, how should I put it? Bravado?
はあ。少し出ましたか?
You speak differently, too. Are you really that hero?
まあ、あなたももっと素直で明るい子でしたけどね。
She's got you there. So we've both changed. Years twist people's personalities, but what about their feelings? So, you know.
ええ、あなたのことはずっと好きでしたよ。
When you say it so nonchalantly like that, it's no wonder I've always thought you were joking.
そうっすか。もうちょっとロマンチックな雰囲気で言えばよかったですね。
Well, either way is fine with me. I feel uncomfortable somehow. Let's change the topic.
相撲の話でもしますか?
You know what? Sure. Go ahead. Shut up already.
実は空手は心得ありなのです。
Shame it didn't really help you against Big Brother. Seriously?
清帯ですが、
No wonder he got no wonder, excuse me, I don't know where matter came from, but no wonder he got the upper hand on you. He's probably a black belt in some other martial art. And yet you call that training?
魔王と格闘になって荒っぽいことには全く向いていないことが発覚しました。
Well, there's also the fact that the guy was practically twice your size and probably had enough muscle under that suit of his to back it up. So, I mean, martial arts training or no, there's only so much you can do. Unless you know where to hit him. Which you would know through good martial arts training, but if you're a yellow belt, then, well... Yeah, ignore me. I'm just rambling. Well, what do you expect with that hair? If it gets grabbed in a fight, you're out.
しかし、浅井さんのお好みがどれほどのロングかわからないので、切ろうにも切れませんでした。
You really are an idiot. Well, you're an idiot for not giving her a length to work with. Still, this conversation is strangely lively.
あ、一つ聞いていいですか？ 浅井さんには今どれくらいの色がいるんですかね？
Do you mean in this timeline or in the other ones? Lovers? None.
椿は？
No way.
カノンは？
She's my sister, you know. And that didn't stop you in her route, now did it?
水羽ゆき。
Are you out of your mind? Well, you were clearly out of yours, Mr. Slugfucker. Teehee.
よく電話で話しているミキちゃんという方は？
That's a guy. He runs a gay bar downtown, but he's incredible when it comes to snooping around for information. Provided he gets his fee. He seems to have taken a fancy to me.
そうっすか。
What? Were you jealous or something?
ええ。実はここぞというタイミングを見計らって浅井さんの家にお邪魔していたんです。
Now that you mention it, I think that you did indeed show up during some inopportune times when I was with some of the other females, weren't you? Seriously? Now that I think about it, I can remember instances like that.
よく数々の誘惑を振り切って私を選んでくれましたね。
What's with the fake crying? Chose her. Well, I didn't really choose you, technically, because due to how this game's story is structured, it was kind of inevitable that I would come into your corner anyway, as long as I kept chasing after Big Brother, you know? So, yeah. Did I? With embarrassment welling up inside me, I instinctively look away from Usami.
で、
And yes, I know she doesn't mean that literally. Me choosing her, I mean. I'm just saying, like, well, from a meta perspective, technically, I didn't choose her. What? What are you all wriggly for?
自分シャワー浴びてきましたけど。
Kyousuke, doesn't that squid hair of hers look really pretty right now? Do you want to get wrapped up in her tentacles? I suddenly became aware of Usami's body. So, you mean...
ええ、そういうの苦手ですけど。
What, no experience? You a virgin?
いや、あれですよね。ラブホテルには交換日記みたいなのが置いてあるんですよね。
There's an awful lot of text for what sounded like very little spoken dialogue. But how many times have I made that observation by now? Only a virgin would say that.
どうなんですか？
Well, I did say I'd do more than just rape you next time I saw you.
そうでしたね。別にいいですよ。京介くんにならどんなマニアックなプレイされても。
Oh, relax. He's pretty vanilla. Don't call me Kyousuke-kun.
あ、じゃあ代わりに春って呼んでもらっても構いませんよ。
To make it even, my ass.
残念です。
Anyway, I'll hop in the bath for a second.
あ、じゃあベッドでお待ち申し上げていればいいんですかね。
Fed up with her, I head to the dressing room. So, we're finally doing this, are we not? I finally get to see you eat all your disgusting words towards her. I wish I could properly, verbally convey just how cathartic I feel this whole thing feels right now. But I'm going to just instead let the catharsis gradually seep through me as we go through this thing. Anyway, I hear the music playing, so I guess I gotta now cut this out for YouTube. When I get out of the bath, all the lights in the room are off. Hey, Usami. The covers on the bed shuffle around. Stop pretending to be asleep. What are you getting cold feet for? Though I reprimand her for her anxiety, I gulp down some water to steady my nerves. I'm sitting down. Look, I'm surprised too. I never thought I'd be sleeping with someone like you. The thought disgusts you, doesn't it? I lie on top of Usami.
何か
Something is what? Poking you? Yeah, it does that. For some reason, my heart is burning with desire. I can't hold back the need to make this girl mine. It's nothing like my earlier desire to subjugate my enemy's daughter. It's more gentle, more peaceful. Usami, without any hesitation, reached for my crotch. Oh my god, this face. Shut up!
びっくりした。おお、びっくりした。
Oh dear, she shat the bed. What are you gonna do now, Kyousuke? Hey, don't run off now.
これをむしゃぶれとあなたは言うのですか？
No one said that.
しかし私は知っている。そのたけりを鎮めるのが私の使命。
She's completely unhinged.
悪霊隊さん、色即是空。
God! She suddenly jumped at it. So I got one question for you, Kyousuke. What's it like to come inside a penguin? I thought I would have had a lot more teases and insults to toss his way than I did. I'm disappointed in myself. This should have been my moment to milk this thing for all it's worth, and yet I barely had anything at all. What is wrong with me today? I might not get another chance like this again. My disappointment in myself is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. After we're done, we lie down in each other's arms for a while. Usami eventually gets up and cheerfully dresses.
しかし、よく覚えていてくれましたね。
She smiles. Hmm? Remembered what?
10年も昔の話です。屋上で誓い合った2人で宇宙を手に入れるっていう。
I don't think we made that promise, but if we didn't, we should. We'd be unstoppable. I'm pretty sure I never promised anything like that. I went to the Sano Corporation headquarters yesterday. I met a guy named Oi on the rooftop there.
ああ、ゆうやさん。
You seem to be acquainted with him. Iwai Yuya. He's a young green employee at Sano. His family has been taking care of you, is that right? His father is one of Usami Yoshinori's subordinates.
はい、こっちに引っ越してきた時、住む場所を紹介してもらいました。もう返しましたが、少しだけお金も借りたことがあります。
But then why are you practically destitute by the time you come back at the beginning of the story? If you had the means to pay these guys back here, why then? I don't know. I would think that you would have a slightly fatter wallet to show for it. Apparently, Iwai's father respects yours quite highly.
仕事場では信頼の厚い人だったみたいなので。
She looked down awkwardly. Anyway, this Y guy suddenly called out to me. He asked if I'd been the kid who, years ago, had met a girl named Usami right there on the rooftop. Is that just something that this Y guy just does anytime he just spots some random school kid on a rooftop? Like, hey, are you the guy that met my boss's friend some years ago? Iwai had come to Sano's headquarters to see his father too those days. Apparently he saw us a few times.
聞いてます。声をかけられて無視したこともありましたから。
He seemed like a really sincere guy.
ええ。ゆうやさんはいい人です。私に同情してくれています。
Somehow her use of his given name got on my nerves. Anyway, while I was talking to him, I remembered the whole thing.
浅井さん、あなた、心因性健忘症にかかっているというのは。
Psychogenic what?
いきなり記憶が飛んだりするような病気だそうです。
It's true that I'm forgetful, but all I could do was laugh.
よく頭痛がひどいと。
Did Akimao diagnose me with that? I don't know. Doctors like to throw around serious diagnoses for the most trivial things. Ain't that the truth?
とにかく、一度よく見てもらってください。
I'll give it a thought when I have the time. I'll be busy with Gonzo's funeral and such for a good while.
やはり、お亡くなりになったんですね。
Pretty anticlimactically too, I gotta say. It still doesn't feel real to me. I feel like I'll get a call from him any second, telling me to come report on the family business.
少し疑問があるのですが。
Well, thinking about it now, since he's dead, if we can just deal with Kyohei, and get the rest of Azai's goons off our back, then you basically have a safe full of lots of money that you could comfortably live the rest of your life on, I assume. At least I assume there's that much in there. Sucks about your mother, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, hey, at least you have the means to start over completely fresh, if you really want to. And well, why wouldn't you at this point? What?
あなたが病気にかかっているという話はゴンゾーさんから聞いたんです。
You met with him?
つい昨日の晩に屋敷を訪ねました。ユキを許していただけるよう。
What the hell? You know good and well Gonzo doesn't take requests.
しかしすでにゴンゾーさんの興味はユキにはありませんでした。そこで電話がかかってきたんです。
Wait a second. Was that?
あの電話はあなたからだったんですね。
I think back on last night's events. After I left Sano's headquarters, my phone suddenly rang. I was dumbfounded. The call was from my brother, who was supposed to be dead. Mau said he had something to talk to me about, and that I should come to the harbor. It shook me up so much that I forgot my current status with Gonzo and reported it directly. I told him that I wasn't Mau, but... Now that I think about it, that was Mau's trap. He used me as bait to bring Gonzo to the wharf. Mau intended to kill both of us.
港ではどんな出来事が？
Gonzo brought his best men and waited for Mau. He seemed to realize it was a trap.
しかし撃たれてしまった。
Yeah. When I showed up in a cab, he suddenly jumped out of his car. Huh? Sami's face suddenly grew stern.
遠くからライフルで狙撃されたと聞きましたが。
Wait, so Zai knew that Kyousuke was there? And he was actually there to begin with? Yeah.
ゴンゾーさんは浅井さんが現着するまで車の中に身を隠していたんですか？
Probably. Gonzo's car windows are tinted pretty heavily, so it wouldn't be possible to aim for someone inside.
ではなぜ飛び出してきたんですかね？
I've no idea.
わからない？
She put on reproachful airs, but seemed to hide a touch of sadness in her eyes. It was a strange expression overall.
そうですか。
What?
いいえ、きっと自ら身をさらけ出すことで魔王の位置を探ろうとしたんでしょう。
Right. It's a possibility. His subordinates were fearfully quick to move after he went down. I'm not sure whether to call it brave or reckless. It's no wonder he was the boss. And thinking about it now... Yeah, if you were there in the scene where he was shot, and if enough of his goons were able to see everything that happened, then they would know that you weren't the one who shot him, which probably means that by now they must realize that I am not the guy they've been chasing. So I guess I could take that to mean that we're essentially off the hook from the Yakuza. She stares firmly at me. What? Cut it out. My fingertips were trembling ever so slightly. No way. It couldn't be. It's true that I showed up unprepared, and I didn't even know Mau was aiming at us with a rifle. But... Kyousuke, if you show up unprepared, you're going to die. Those words tore through my eardrums and violently shook my entire body. No way. There's no way. Gonzo's last moments are still fresh in my memory. Father! The beast fell to the ground. He stared at me with anger in his eyes.
寄るな。
When I tried to get closer, my knees shook. I'll call an ambulance.
黙れ。
The wounded beast's raw intimidation froze my body in place.
京介よ。惜しかったな。
He foams from the mouth as blood spurts
俺がもう
out.
少し早く死ねば、お前も親元に帰れただろうに。
You? Die? Don't be so rash. And are you having regrets about him not being able to go back to his mother? Bit late for that now, isn't it? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even imagine this mountain of a man would die before me.
魔王。おい。子分どもにはそう言い聞かせてある。
I thought it was strange that no one came to help the boss as he lay dying. It was an impossibility to a Yakuza squad. Honor and duty flow through their veins. Is this the power of the organization you've created?
魔王を捕まえれば、金は弾むと言ってある。
He seemed somehow happy about it all. Nothing in this world could withstand the assault of the temptation poised by money and power. Azai Gonzo was likely satisfied on his deathbed, knowing that his life's philosophy was indeed a law of the cosmos.
5000出せ。さあ、お前も行け。
What if we catch Big Brother and turn him in? Would we get that 50 million? But
2億の借金を忘れたわけではあるまいな。
why is he talking about the debt now of all times? Nevertheless, Azai Gonzo's eyes told me he'd crawl out from the depths of hell to take back that money.
ゼロ。京介。
No. There's no fucking way. I clenched my fists and denied the possibility. Sami, you can spout those cute little fairy tales because you didn't know Gonzo. You better listen here. Gonzo was the type of asshole who could knock a man out the first time he met him, then guzzle down liquor as he watched him bleed. And then tell me to violate Kanan to tame her, all in one sitting. And when Tsubaki's kid brother was kidnapped, he beat me silly. And he never saw Kanan as anything but a source of income. Right. And he was a demon to my mother, too. He was Azai fucking Gonzo, a fearless, cold-blooded son of a bitch! That night, I had stepped out of the taxi unprepared. Immediately thereafter, Azai Gonzo fiercely roared at me. Surprised, I ducked down.
京介！
There's no way he'd forgive you for that outrage. Not a chance in hell. The manner in which he lived his life. No, the manner in which he died would never forgive it. Your delusions are blasphemy toward Azai Gonzo. If I don't deny her insinuation, I feel I'll go insane. You and me both. In the several years I followed Gonzo, not once did he show an ounce of kindness. Every day, every goddamn day was about money. Livestock I couldn't provide were merely beaten. Last night, I dashed away from my father as he submitted to his death throes. Thinking about it now, though, he did ultimately back down once Kyousuke definitely showed some balls when he made his intentions to pursue the other heroines clear in the face of whatever overwhelming force that Gonzo and his men would throw his way. So he respected Kyousuke's strength of will in those routes. So I guess this really isn't shocking in hindsight to think that maybe even here in the main story, he actually really wanted Kyousuke to grow the strength of will to face whatever dangers would end up coming his way, and grow as a person as a result. Really hardcore method of helping another guy grow, yes, but ultimately noble intentioned. Yeah, I guess this really isn't that much of a shock. Whoops. Last night, I dashed away from my father as he submitted to his death throes. I left behind the man who beat me into this dark philosophy. Understood. 50 million, right? 50 million, right? Those were my last words to him. To the very end, it was about money.
Azai-san.
She's calling me.
泣かないでください。
I was kneeling on the floor with my hands clasped together. Please. Gonzo's image floated before my clasped hands, laughing at me from the farthest reaches of hell. Give me back my innocent child's eyes. Let me believe my horrific father protected his son at the very end. Please. Which is the truth, Gonzo? Did you jump out of the car just to sell your fight with Mawu? Or could it be? A bestial roar echoed through my mind. No, not a roar. It was merely the wailing of a starving cub. I wailed and wailed, but my father never came back from the hunt. No matter how long I waited, he never came back. I honestly don't really know how to feel about any of this. On one hand, like I said, I guess especially when you take the other routes into consideration, deep down in his own hard-ass way, Gonzo likely did actually care about Kyousuke. But on the other hand, the guy was also, in many ways, a pretty evil and hard-ass son of a bitch, who caused no end of stress for everybody around him, Kyousuke especially. So I'm like, so it's nice to not have that lumbering presence hovering over us anymore, but yeah, just I honestly don't really know what to say here. I seem to have fallen asleep. There's a soft sensation on my head.
おはようございます。もう朝ですよ。
Apparently I slept in Usami's bosom. I'm strangely thirsty. It's already 8 in the morning. Fuck!
どうされました？学園に行かれるんですか？
I have to make arrangements for Gonzo's funeral. The big bosses of the Soa Alliance will be there, so I can't afford to miss it. What's going to happen to the Sonoyama group? Oh yeah, that's right. This whole big alliance of ours was largely held together because of Gonzo. It's gotta be in chaos right now. Will Haribi or someone else take Gonzo's place as the 5th boss? Or will someone from another group take over Sonoyama's place in Soa?
わかりました。もう行かれるんですか？
Yeah. I'll be back for a bit tonight. Until then, make yourself at home. And if you see my big brother anywhere, stay hidden.
残念です。私の手料理をご馳走しようと思っていましたのに。
Oh? What were you gonna make? Sounds gruesome. You didn't think... Yeah, well, you didn't think it was gruesome to penetrate her last night, now did you? Later.
あ、お見送りに。
I run out the door, and Usami follows me. Well, look who it is! Oh. Tokita and Shiratori. After going down the elevator and dashing through the lobby, I bump into them.
おはよう、京介くん。春はどうだった？
Oh, she's doing pretty fine right now. How are you doing, traitor? She had that gorgeous grin plastered on as usual, and today it seemed determined to beat out even the winter sky. How?
食べたんでしょ？
No, but... I did feel her. Okay, that's vague even for me, but whatever. Continue.
姉さん、朝だよ。
On the contrary, Mizuha, I think this is the perfect time. She should grill him. She should make him squirm. She should make him realize that he banged Usami. Usami! The girl that he absolutely could not stand for the longest time. The one that disgusted him constantly. The one who he told at one point to go kill herself. Please.
そうだ、場所をわきまえろ。人の家の前だぞ。
あら、春、いたのね。
Tokita seemed almost sad as she twiddled her bangs.
お父さん、亡くなられたわね。
Yeah, and thanks to that you can walk about freely again. I'm going to be really busy for a while. Battles over succession and whatnot. So I have no business with you.
お母さんも。
Yup, she's dead too. You heard this from Usami, I take it. Spare me the pity. I don't need your comfort.
そうね。それは春の役割だもんね。
She really does seem down. Will you be in prison starting tomorrow, Tokita?
ご挨拶ね。
Do as you wish. It's none of my concern.
ええ。好きにさせてもらうわ。
Still, I feel like I ought to tell you that your little stint in Slammer isn't going to do anyone any favors. I'm sure you know that already, though. What? Say something. Think about it, Tokita. Even the biggest victim in this, your arch-nemesis director Shiratori, doesn't want this to go public. If you hand yourself in, the hostage case comes to light. Shiratori and Usami seem to be fond of you as well. No one involved in this case wants to report you. And the police have better things to do. Even if you do turn yourself in, you might not be prosecuted.
のりこ先生と橋本くんは違うわ。
Yeah, maybe. Miss Noriko was dragged into it, and Hashimoto was your accomplice. I have no idea about them. Usami spoke up.
ユキ、考えを変える気はないのか？
姉さん、思い直して。のりこ先生には一緒に謝ろう。
Tokia shook her head with a sour expression.
京介くんが言っているようなことはずっと考えていたわよ。
Oh? For some reason, I was annoyed. Usami will lose her only lifelong friend, and Shiratori will be all alone again. Your dad was finally promoted, but he'll be back to the boondocks before you can say lickety-split. The only thing you'll gain by handing yourself in is self-satisfaction. You've got a big sense of justice there, huh? The usually talkative Tokia kept quiet and listened to me. You committed a crime. The textbooks would say you should hand yourself over. But before you atone for your crimes in prison, you'd best pay off your debts.
お金？
So, ukane is the Japanese word for debt. I learned something new today. Tokia seems to have been taken by surprise after all. Thanks to you, members of the Soniyama group left their scheduled work and kept busy a whole night. With labor costs, the warehouse's electricity bills for the night, and consolation money, it'd be more than just 1 or 2 million.
Huh?
Oh, I see. Gonna make her your workhorse? Tokia's face twitches. Anyway, turn yourself in after you've paid it off in full. If you run off to jail before that, I'll take what I need from your family. I glare at Shiratori, making sure Tokia notices.
冗談でしょ？
I think that's the first time I've seen that expression on your face, Yuki. If you really want to find out, try running to the cops. My mother just died, you see. I'm a little on edge. She moans and expects my body. She must be doing her psychological crap again, trying to figure me out. Anyway, there are questions I have about Mawu that I think you could answer. Don't go running away. I had no time for idle chatter. I leave the 3 girls behind and head for Gonzo's estate. Black suits were lined up outside the house. Shoveling my way through the numerous greetings and sharpened stares, I finally made my way to the entrance. First things first, I ask about the funeral plans. The wake is tomorrow, and the memorial service is the day after. Gonzo's body was taken to the ceremonial hall the Soho Alliance uses when its leaders die. I took care to make any necessary calls, return anything Gonzo might have borrowed, arrange for food at the ceremonies, order flowers, etc. Basically, I was the lackey. When I finally built up the courage to talk with the top dogs of Sowa, the anxiety nearly made me vomit. Not a single person openly lamented Gonzo's death. You can feel the love here, can't you? They all seemed more relieved than anything else. It just goes to show how many people kept their distance from, feared, Azai Gonzo. The word of Mawu was thrown around a bit as well. Word seems to have spread that Mawu was my brother, Samejima Kyohei. After the funeral is done and forgotten, they'll be questioning me about it. Mau. I lost myself in work, silently moving my body. I returned to my room, and Usami seems to have made herself at home.
ご飯になさいますか？お風呂になさいますか？
We're not newlyweds.
一度行ってみたかったものでして。
Yay, she got to live out a dream. Wait, what's that burning smell?
はい。イベリコ豚のソテーを作ろうと思って失敗いたしました。
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like it's at least a 3-star meal. Yeah, well, at least you didn't set the building on fire. I lost the will to tease her.
意外と早いお帰りでしたね。
Yeah, but I have to head back at about 9.
ちょっとの合間も私に会いに来てくださったんですね。
Aww. No. Dick. Why do I like this woman again? I'm sure you'll be asking yourself that question for many, many, many years. Assuming that you don't die or something before this whole story's over. Did Okita say anything?
いえ。
I'll talk with her tomorrow.
ひとまず魚焼いてますんで、浅井さんはゆっくりしててください。
What kind of fish? Sure. In all reality, though, there's too much to be done to kick back. Now that Gonzo is dead, the Izai Corporation is through. Maybe I'll listen to some music. I haven't done that in a while. I skimmed through my CD rack. You gonna put on Wagner by any chance? I want something demonic. Demonic, in the context of classical music, usually means fast pieces which require unparalleled virtuoso skill. That's a word I've never heard before. I undoubtedly mispronounced it. Maybe Mozart. Some people do say he was possessed by the devil when he wrote his music. Hey, Usami. Actually, I just saw something. Usami. You got your... Can you go get your violin and play me Error on the G string? I pulled out a CD and almost reflexively called Usami over.
お呼びでしょうか?
Check this out. Oh. That must be, your mommy dearest. Whoops. Go on, go back. It was one of my favorite performers' debut album. A prodigal child violinist. She was about 13 at the time. Oh no, then this must be Haru. Look at that. You're famous. Mishima. Haruna.
嫌なものを持ち出してきましたね。
Oh? I stare at Usami. They seem similar somehow.
13歳でこんな氷の上にいなくてもいいっすよね。
For real?
マジです。
Mishima. That Mishima?
はい。
This girl is the daughter of Mishima Koharu.
ええ、私の母です。
Oh, never mind, it is your mother. Okay. You two look almost exactly alike. What?
いや、本当僭越です。その CD は今現在、日本では売られてないはずなんですが。
Wait. Seriously? Okay, let me rewind a bit.
これが恐ろしいことに
Hey, 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 don't
真
go
実なんで
forward.
すよね。
Okay, so that is you. Sorry about that. I clearly got confused. No, this Mishima Haruna is. She's one of my favorite artists.
ロリコンっすね、浅井さん。
What the hell is Haruna? A stage name?
ですね。母が本名はやめておけと。
Why? Wait a freaking minute! If you've always had this CD, and this CD is from one of your favorite artists' debut albums, then how the fuck could you not recognize Usami when she first showed up? I would have thought someone that an artist that you held in that high regard would kind of stick out to you a little bit if she just showed up at your school one day. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
ですから言いにくいんですが、私は一応殺された被害者の娘でして、この CD を発表した当初はまだ幼女だったわけですし。
Well, I wouldn't say child.
いえ、レコーディングの時は12だったんです。まだまだストライクゾーンです。
Well, whatever. I was just wondering, because it's kind of weird to use a stage name in classical music. I can't believe I never realized Usami Haru was Mishima Haruna. I can't either! Well,
はい。
when may we expect your next album to hit the shelves?
気持ち悪いっすね、なんか。
Haha! So now it's my turn to be disgusting! It really hurts to be called gross by Usami. Irony!
もう出ませんよ。レコード会社との契約もとっくに切れてますし。
I see. So when you said you'd be taking a break, you were really retiring?
ほんとガキがなめんなって感じですよね。親の七光で半ば強引に CD デビューしたようなもんなんです。
Well, your mother was amazing. She took first place in a okay, I'm gonna Tchaikovsky. I think it's pronounced Tchaikovsky competition, and played with orchestras in Berlin, Birmingham, Philadelphia, and everywhere in between.
ええ。ですから母がすごいんですよ。
It's not surprising they wanted you to record an album. And well, to be frank, they said you were good looking too.
あ、今のところもう一度。
Huh?
まあぶっちゃけ。
To be frank, I didn't think you'd turn out to be such a disgusting girl.
そうっすか。
Her head drooped. But Mishima Haruna-san, I meant you. You won that school competition in Germany, right?
よくご存知ですね。これだから浅井さんは恐ろしい。
She sighs heavily. So you must have been pretty good, right? You even have a hardcore fan right before your eyes.
正直あなたすごいマニアですよ。今自分なんて誰も知らないっすから。
Anyway, forget lunch for now. Play the violin for me.
嫌ですよ。
Hey, I'm begging for it here.
勘弁してもらえませんかね。
Do you know how rarely I get to hear live performances?
ミズハとデートで言ってたじゃないですか。
I want to hear a solo.
いや、本当に。
She seems really against it. Is it out of pride, and she fears she'll disappoint me? Is that why you came to our school?
ああ、はい。一応編入の時に芸能活動歴ありみたいな話は通してました。
Which slackened the attendance requirement.
ですね。奨学金借りてますけど。なんすか？
Nothing. I was just thinking I finally begun to understand you. She begun to seem more human than before. Anyway, I'm going to hit the shower.
ああ、そうっすか。自分の制服は？
Crap, forgot about them. They're still at the cleaners.
じゃあ取りに行ってきます。少し街の様子も探ってみたいですし。
Look around.
ええ。魔王の動きが気になりまして。
So am I. I'm plenty aware that this is merely the eye of the storm. So many things have happened in one short week. My mother's death, Gonzo's death, my brother's revelation, my reunion of the young hero named Usami Haru. All I want is a little time, just a little, to adjust my feelings.
ああ、浅井さん、浅井さん。
Sorry, but can dinner wait until I get back? Being surrounded by that villainous bunch always makes me lose my appetite.
いえ、お風呂なんですがね。
Hmm? You want to go first?
いえ、そうではなくて。
What are you all antsy about?
私から言わせる気ですか？
Oh, what, you want to join him? I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you want to wash my back or something?
ビンゴです。
Called it. She snapped her fingers.
意外と尽くすんですよ、自分。
Maybe you ought to leave the compliments to other people,
Isn't that a I-R-O-N-I-C-I-N-O-R-I-R-O-N-I-C? Yeah, I'm a stand-up comic and I always sit and slouch. And I got my girlfriend pregnant on my sterile uncle's pull-out couch. Ironic. I-R-O-N-I-C. Yeah, if every day you play the board game Risk, you've probably never taken a risk in your life. And Monopoly has far from a stranglehold on the board game market. A little kid died from suffocation when he choked on a game piece from Operation. And I can't grow a beard. That one's not ironic. That one's just sad.
It's like once he had a taste of that disgusting penguin pussy, he just now can't get enough of it. See, Kyousuke? You shouldn't knock something until you try it. Turns out you might end up liking it a lot more than you think you might. Much to Sami's delight, I'm sure. Well, this whole thing's been going on for almost 2 hours now. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut things off here, because I have a feeling we're about to leave the eye of the storm, as Kyousuke so accurately put it earlier. And we're going to be getting right back into our confrontation with Big Brother Dearest soon enough. Might as well prepare ourselves for that showdown. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of The Devil on G-String. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I am praying that Haru will humiliate Kyousuke as much as humanly possible before this whole saga is finally over. I deserve this after suffering. I deserve it after suffering through, well, being him throughout this entire game so far. He needs to be knocked down some pegs. A lot of pegs. Anyway, take care, everyone.